The following programme contains scenes that some viewers might find distressing.
As people say, we are a family. HAMMA is a family, and we like to welcome other people to our family and make it bigger and make it grow. I've
been part of a few teams in the past, and this is the best brotherhood I've ever been part of. It's like a family. Sean's like a dad to everyone.
It's funny, parts of life you don't expect happen. If you'd have asked me when I was 18, yeah, you're going to be a professional fighter, I thought, no way. I was no way doing that, and it just snowballed.
I was just fighting for something to do, and then I come to a point with my wife. She said to me, you need to turn your life around. And then I come to HAMMA. Since then, like, I've been knocking everyone else.
Unless you have a deep desire and a passion for this sport, you're going to fall flat on your face pretty early on. This genuinely makes me happy. It's given me a completely different outlook on life.
Oh, we've got a slugfest! Oh, huge uppercut from Rodriguez! Massive uppercut from Rodriguez!
I want you being a woman and a hard woman. Look at me. If she sees you upset, she'll think she's broke you.
He's got a lot of respect for the game, and he didn't get in it for money. He got in it to be the best gym. He got in it to provide fighters with the best knowledge to win, you know what I mean? He got in it for the love of the sport.
There's not many people my age who do what I do. I got my dad to sell a family business just so I could do it.
I'll go 6 foot under without this, you know what I mean? But I want to fight Cage where he's world champions. I want to fight Khabib. I look at them, visualise myself every day, beating them, being the world best ever.
I'd like to say, if kids can use these, and these, surely they don't have to pick a gun up.
We're like a big family in this gym, everyone.
Ah, come on. Yeah! Yeah! Woo! Caroline is the acumen of everything. She is the power behind everything. For Caroline to stay with me is unbelievable.
My mum is definitely the boss. Everyone's scared of my mum, no one's scared of my dad.
Con, if you could do a bit more advertising on the website. What do you mean?
I don't know.
Well, you need to do a bit more.
So you get the two types of different people walking up this road. You get professional MMA fighters and amateur MMA fighters, and people who are into sports, well-being and fitness, and smackheads, or alcoholic smackheads. It's normally a combination of both, isn't it? Every town's got them, but the thing is with St Helens, it's got a lot of them. I mean, I'm out joking, but I mean, obviously, it's people who fell on their arse, isn't it? But I'm quite a, as you can see on my social media stuff, I'm quite a socialist. So I do care about the people. I'm not really a Tory, but I do think that most of them are in there from their own decisions in life. You know what I mean? It's hard to say they're not. You know what I mean? When they are.
I'm ready to go toe for toe, blow for blow.
It's weird. I suppose it's like Australia. You're either poor in St Helens or you've got money, because there's a lot of money in St Helens as well. A lot of rich areas, and they don't really mix with the poor areas. You know what I mean? But this area is North Road is probably what most people in St Helens consider like the roughest area. This area, there's a lot of depravity and.
All this hustle with me.
Sean Martin, I'm the head coach of HAMMA Mixed Martial Arts. It's funny, you know, that's an acronym. People say HAMMA Mixed Martial Arts. It says it on the tin. It's not actually HAMMA Mixed Martial Arts. It's Hardcore Academy of Mixed Martial Arts. Here's where they go get shocked, these girls. You all right being on the telly? It used to be Heighton Association of Mixed Martial Arts when we first started, but as we moved out of Heighton, we had to change the name. Bacon and sausage and egg bap, can you do that? And a sausage bap as well, please.
So you're arranging a fight probably before. Is it, what's happening there?
On Cage Warriors, he's fighting on the 1st of December on the Academy show. Hello.
Can you get coffee, bacon, butty?
Okay. Alright. Alright. Ta-ra, bye-bye. I get people crashing here, mate. People in St Helens have never seen the telly. We don't really, in this town, they don't really get much footage in it. Do you know what? It's got a cracking base, this. You know, it's part of Merseyside, but they've got their own culture. Very rugby-based culture, but it's the tough people. We went to South Africa, and the people in Johannesburg, they know about Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? They'll say, God, it's a tough town. Joe Rogan says it in his podcasts. Joe Rogan says about how tough Liverpool is and what a tough accent it is. It breeds toughness. It just breeds this endemic toughness. And I said something before. I said Manchester's very similar. They only hate each other, Liverpool and Manchester, because of football. You take the football away, they're very similar. Manchester and Liverpool are very similar. You look at the two top cities in this country at MMA, it's Manchester and Liverpool, and it is, and people can shout me down, but it is. There's better fighters come out of Manchester and Liverpool than any part of the British Islands. It's true, it's a fact.
1, 2, 1, 2, hop.
Started off doing no-gi jiu-jitsu, so we've done a couple of drills, roll, 5-5s. If you come in the night, that's when the amateurs train. In the morning, the pros train. Even the two young girls over there at the moment, they're 16 and 17, they're both fighting for titles at the weekend up in the northeast. Ian Freeman's show, they're fighting for titles. They're amateurs, but they're high level, both of them. Faye was a British karate champion, and you know, Lol's she's on a 2-fight win streak. When I see kids come in with problems, I've had kids with ADHD, ADD, kids who are excluded from schools, kids who mums and dads are saying to me they're gonna be in jail. You know, they're being told they're gonna be in jail, and you see a change in them. And you know what? People talk about discipline, right? I don't believe it's just discipline. I think it's a path that they've never had. It doesn't have to be fighting. It can just be, I don't have to be scared anymore because I can move differently. I can know how to react better. I don't have to react by lashing out. I can react by thinking about the situation rather than picking something up and hitting someone with it, or you know, God forbid, you know, the knife epidemic we've got all over Britain, especially in Liverpool, and the gun epidemic. I'd like to say, if kids can use these, and these, surely they don't have to pick a gun up. People do pick a weapon up. It's genuinely out of fear. It's not a great thing. I mean, most people will say, well, the shithouses, or to want of a better effect, you know, cowards. Let's use the word coward is better. And it's normally out of fear. And if I can change a child's life or a young adult's life, more the better. Young Bronson here, he's 16, he's surmised a record of 7 and always unbeaten, 6 finishes. He won't mind me saying, but he's a travelling boy, so they have something special in them. I think they're made for fighting.
When I come HAMMA, I think I was 9. I come from a different Thai boxing gym. And I come from a gym with a lot of used to coach on as well. And I come straight to here and it's made me a lot better. I love it, love fighting. And Sean as well has made me a lot better as well. Calmed me down a lot. I used to be out in the streets all the time. Now it's calmed me down a lot, don't go out no more. Happy training, that's it. We always love fighting, that's it. My dad loves me fighting. My mum's very worried about me fighting. Still like me fighting. My granddad, all my family loves me fighting. That's what I've been brought up to do, fight. That's it. My mum doesn't like me fighting at all. She's very nervous about me. But my dad, he just keeps me, wants me to train, keep me training since I've been 4. I started Thai boxing when I was 4, like I said before, the same coach trained Sean. I know I'm going to go far, and that's what my family's saying to me, and I'm keeping into it.
46 seconds into round number 2, we have a winner by triangle in the blue corner, Bronson Price. fantastic performance by young Bronson Price there.
I'm at HAMMA I'm training with all the pros and they're keeping me all going, especially Sean. I think MMA sorts you out if you're with the right people in MMA, and I definitely am with the right people in MMA.
Well, his dad brought him into me when he was about 10 or 11, saying, can you get him out of trouble, basically. And he'd been up to all sorts, and his dad was worried about him. He won't mind me saying, but a couple of his dad's family, his dad's brother, is doing long jail sentences, and he didn't want him going down the same path. What straightened him out was sparring with my lad, because my lad's dead quiet. He was dead loud, full of himself, brash, off the travelling estate. He kept trying to avoid sparring with Bowen. I don't want to spar him, I don't want to spar him. And he sparred me on. And over the course of 2 years, I seen him change, and even his dad was coming in saying, "No, I can see him changing." If I'm being honest, he had a bit of a bad attitude, right? And his dad could see it, you know, because his dad's not got a bad attitude at all. His dad's one of the nicest gentlemen I've ever met, you know, and he's respectful to everyone, and he wanted him to be that way. Me lad just panned his face in for about a year, and then he started holding his own, you know what I mean? And then as soon as he started holding his own and being a 50-50 spar, his attitude changed. It was like, you know, going from calling kids in the gym soft lad and come on and all this to bowing at the end of sparring.
So I've got 3 children. Connor's the eldest, then Owen, and then Poppy, she's the youngest. Connor and Owen are both very into the gym. Poppy's more into her dance, but she does do, you know, things from time to time with Sean, like pads and some of the classes. So this is our future. These are just some of our younger generation who are slowly working their way up to be with the big fighters. Andy's just doing kickboxing at the moment with the children, so we give them a chance to become like a bit of a team. That helps them within their daily lives, whether it be at school or out of school. We find that it really works, so yeah, it's doing really, really well. Growing up for them in an MMA gym, it's kind of like the norm, so they don't know any different, where all the children coming in, they're like, wow, you know, you go to MMA gym or you own an MMA gym, and they're like, yeah, and kind of thing. So it's the norm for them. At the same time, they do respect us and they train hard, and Connor especially. We was at college studying law, and it didn't go very well. You know, he just wanted a year out, so obviously I didn't want him to be doing nothing, so he already did Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, so he carried that on, and now he's got a youth team, the 3rd in Europe now, you know, and he's done extremely well. Owen's at college at the moment, and Poppy's still at school, but they all get involved in the gym, and it's very, very important, as it is for me and Sean, for them to be involved.
Ready? Touch hands, let's go! This is just a private session. It's a double 2-hour private session. He's been in since 2 o'clock, was it, Steve? Been in since 2 o'clock, just pure jiu-jitsu. We've done an hour no-gi, which is obviously without what they're wearing there. That's just the skins and stuff like this. And then we're doing an hour gi now just to finish. Been doing some, went through about 3 or 4 techniques in the no-gi. And then we're going to finish off with some techniques in about 5-10 minutes in the gi. I'm Connor Martin, I'm 18, and I train out at HAMMA MMA Academy in St Helens. I went to college and I weren't enjoying it, and I just thought, where a lot of people are, they'd be stuck where they'd be like, oh, I have to stay in college, I have to go to university. I had that option to leave college and start a completely different life, you know what I mean? Start working at the gym, start teaching, and what I like to do, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, I was teaching something that was fun. I was getting paid for something that was fun at the end of the day. So how could I complain, you know what I mean? My brother's a kickboxer, yeah. I'm a grappler, he's the kickboxer. He's to be fair to him, I hate saying it, he is pretty good. I'm the jiu-jitsu coach, and if he wanted to be, if he weren't lazy, but obviously he's only just left school, so he doesn't really know what he's doing. Eventually, I think I can see him becoming the kickboxing coach, because he's an orthodox fighter, but he kicks with his left leg. So his front leg is his powerful kick, which means when we're sparring, he'll be here, and then he'll just whip you with the kick, and you're like, what's just hit me? We went to World Championships, like Cole there on the bottom, he's 2-time world champion and 2-time European champion. And that, it's the competition you're getting up there, it's the best in the world, you know what I mean? It is, at the end of the day. There's a reason it's called the World Championships. Europeans, we got 18 golds, 12 silvers and 11 bronzes, I think. And then we ended up winning the bronze team trophy. which ranks my little BJJ class at third in Europe, you know what I mean? So I must be doing something right.
Right hand on danger. 1, 2, 3. Right hand. Kick. Good girl. And again. No, that's good. Slip. Yeah. The other way. Swing your slip. Slip, sharp. 1, 2, slip. Slow. 1, 2, slip. Okay. I've been to this is my favourite gym I've been to. I could honestly say this is the best gym I've been to. I've learned most of my skills here. It's just unbelievable to see, you know. It's like a family community, you know what I mean? It makes you feel welcome. I stopped it for 3 months. I had bad anxiety and that, and I come here and all that stopped. I'm here every day training, I'm fighting. And Saturday on, I show myself I'm fighting for a title. Show me, mate was going early on, training partner. It's absolutely amazing, this gym. I can't describe it right now, you know what I mean? Yeah. Jab. 1, 2. Inside. Right hand. Uppercut. Left hook. Right hand. 1, 2. When she actually kicks you, it makes you go dizzy. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Right hand.
Ready? 20%.
Why do you hurt each other with your teammates?
Don't hurt each other. We're not hurt. It's fighting, isn't it? If you don't spar, it's not sparring hard, we just spar. If you don't spar well enough, then obviously when you come to fight, it'll show, won't it? Yeah, you've got to put it in. Just very rare people get knocked out. Very rare.
Build a very good bond.
Yeah, it's very rare. It's not 100%, you know. Obviously when we fight, we've got little gloves on, got sparring gloves on, and you throw to knock people out.
Mick, just give you a speech about sparring not being 100%. If you clip Mick with any decent shot, it's 100%. Do you know what I'm saying? Mick was a professional boxer and a national boxing champion twice, and boxers spar completely different to MMA fighters. I'm going to be honest with you, MMA fighters spar clever. Boxers end up fucking in wheelchairs, don't they?
Mick Stanton, fight from HAMMA. 6 fights, 3 wins, 3 losses at the moment, professional. I joined HAMMA, obviously, because of the way Sean was so active with fights and stuff like that. Some gyms sort of, they like to build a record up and you know, I wouldn't say easy fights, but they have fights they're well capable of winning. I don't believe in that as a fighter. I like to test myself. I'm not fighting to be a superstar, I'm just fighting because I love it. And you know, unfortunately, when you're fighting good people, you don't always get the result, and that's the difference. As long as you're not getting hurt, you know, you're not getting knocked out, there's a big difference. Getting caught with submissions or losing on decision, you know, it's all good, you learn from it. Just like fought for the middleweight world title. Fought someone who had 26 fights, and I was only 5 fights into my pro career. Took it on 24 hours notice, because unfortunately my fighter got pulled from the Cage Warriors card. And you know, I don't think there's many people who jump up 15 pounds and fight the number 2 in Europe middleweight. But I loved it, you know, I'm fitter, stronger, you know, I'm better than I've ever been. I've just keep evolving. There's not many people my age who do what I do. I'm in the gym every day. I've got a wife and kids at home. It's hard. It's, you know, it's very hard to be full-time. I'm trying to make a living as well and, you know, feed my family, pay the bills. There's not many 31-year-olds who take that risk, and I got my dad to sell a family business just so I could do it. And you know, he was sick and stuff like that. We were going through a bad time, and he's so much better now in life, and I'm happier because I'm doing something I love. You know, I've took a big pay cut and stuff like that, but money doesn't make you happy. I was depressed all the time with not being able to do what I loved. I boxed when I was younger, and I was a very, very good amateur boxer. I was #1, won competitions, and I blew it all. I packed it in. Just had enough one day. And I always see like lads who are now world champions who I was on England squads with, and I think that should have been me. So I'm going to keep going till I get there. I know I can do it.
So when the girls, when anyone's cutting weight, not just the girls, these are the ones that look like currants. Yeah. So this what we call paranoia. When we have 4 different scales set out at different angles to see how big people are. So this is my favourite scale. Do you want to check this one out? So that says I'm 111 kilos, which is quite thin for me. Here's the girls who are both fighting for titles on Saturday, looking sweaty and horrible.
What's that on your face?
Sweat? Sweat? It's just a sweaty man.
Really, there's not very good logic behind it, really. It's normally dehydration logic, you know. The idea is you sweat the more you sweat, you scrape the sweat off and you're lighter. The girls, luckily enough, are fighting what they normally would fight at. We've got one fighting at 52 kilos, which is straw, and one fighting at 57 kilos, which is fly, which is about average woman, really. I think these girls are ready to come out. He's done. Yeah, go on, I can see him. I put them on a lower heat. So these are lying down now because the heart rate will be that low. They have a nice relax, bring the heart rate down for about 2-3 minutes, and then they'll get up and they'll dry each other off completely, and then check the weight. Just weigh each other once now and no more today, otherwise you'll be stressed. Lol's got the bigger cut because Lol's going down to straw 52. Lol's got a couple of kilos to go. We'll see. I'm worried. It's British title fight.
Yeah, you've got to add 0.5 up, so if we go 0.4.
Yeah. So you're 50. I'll give you the kilo because there'll be at least a kilo weight. So I'll give you 50. So you're on 50, just under 55 kilos. So she's got 2 kilos to go. You've got a kilo to go, less than a kilo, 0.8.
But in the morning it's going to be completely different.
Yeah, the thing is, what you've got to do is, when they weigh in, they'll be weighing in at like 8:30, 9 in the morning. So obviously the night before, they'll fast completely from like tea time. So they won't have anything to eat from the tea time the night before. What they'll do now is try and not eat too much. It's all about, you know, you got to remember how old these girls are as well. So it's a big thing with me because they're still in the growing process of life. It's not so much with girls because genetically women normally stop growing about 16, 17, but the lads, it's really heavy for lads because lads can grow to, I don't know about you, I was growing until I was about 21, mate. The thing is, when Lauren puts her glasses on, she'd never make weight. She's like me, it's like me, aren't you, mate? Look.
Yeah, I am.